The following podcast is brought to you by Iconic Nation Media. Welcome to In Studio with Kimberly Lovey, where mindset meets motherhood, media meets mogul energy, and every episode feels like a front row seat to the life you're meant to lead. The podcast where ambition meets authenticity and we make success look oh so good, all while having lots of laughs. I'm Kimberly Lovey, wife, mom of three, founder of Iconic Nation Media, and the CEO who's been there, built that, all while chasing toddlers and even making an occasional appearance on the tennis courts. This show is your front row seat to the real talk behind building a brand, raising a family, and becoming the most iconic version of you. We cover business, mindset, motherhood, media, and all the messy moments in between. Every week, I'm joined by visionaries, creators, and changemakers who aren't afraid to share the unfiltered magic behind their come up. This isn't just a podcast. This is your all-access pass to finally play big. Let's play boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically together. So grab your matcha, fix that crown, and get ready to step into the studio. In Studio with Kimberly Lovey, because your next level has been waiting, and it's fabulous. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Kimberly Lovey, and I am joined by a dear friend of mine, Mrs. Bethany Jordan. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've officially changed your last name, right? Or at least on Instagram.
Yes. It took me a while to get all the paperwork. It's kind of a lot of work.
It's kind of a project.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you for doing it because,
thank you.
It's just like something that it's good. Like it's a good thing.
It is good. Yeah. It was a good thing for me. I think, to each their own, and it's definitely a personal decision, but yeah, I think it's just so funny. I think for a long time I was in my 20s and in my individual queen era, and I was like, yeah, I don't know that I'll ever get married. I definitely don't think I'll have kids, because who has time for that when all of my time and energy and sleep needs to go to me? But yeah, I mean, true cliche, when you know. And it's just funny how everything fell into place. And it was like, when I knew that I met the man that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, I was like, I definitely want to procreate with you too. And then I'm like, hands down, I'd love to get married. And if we do, I'm changing my name. So.
And you did it.
Kind of funny. Yeah. How it all works out.
Actually, I don't even know how you met DeAndre. Are you able to share that story?
Yeah, we met, I moved to LA in 2013. And that was right after I graduated college in December 2012. And I got a job and moved out with my uncle in Orange County. And I didn't really know anybody except for a few acquaintances from, I guess, mostly from college, who had come out here. And I kind of invited myself to this holiday weekend party, a house party down in San Diego. And it was yeah, I'm going to just show up. And I did. And he was there, and that's how we met. But at the time he was not single. And about 2 years later, I moved up to LA, and we just kept running into each other.
Oh.
Just showed up at all the right places. And
you were stalking him, or he was stalking you?
It depends on who you're asking. And if you ask my mom, then she would say that she was stalking
I was gonna
him.
mention your mom. Yeah. I love her. I love her.
She is a fanatic, is an understatement. Sports extremist. She knows all kinds of facts and everything. And yeah, she had been following DeAndre and just thought he had such a great personality and that he was so cute. And but, she never mentioned this to me. I
remember her telling me that.
Yeah. I mean, she has stories, girl. But
I feel like she was, we didn't tell people. You're married to a famed basketball player.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is weird. It always weirds me out when my friends are really well known and I don't see them. I see I see him as a dad.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know anything about basketball.
I see him as a large man child.
He really is. Yeah. He's like my husband, but larger.
Yes.
Wait, so your mom was so cute because when we were at your house, she said that. She's like, I knew about him. I was such a fan. And she was saying like,
she never in her wildest dreams would have imagined this playing out the way that it did.
right. Like
It's
I got
just
that feeling.
because it happened, she would like to say that she played a part.
I feel like
maybe
she manifested
Yeah,
it.
maybe she did.
I feel like it was her being a fan and you having no idea. And then like when it all happened, she was just like, she's in her glory and she's so happy because she's like already loved him before she knew him.
Yeah, that's true.
So cute.
Yeah, and he is very lovable. But, you know, we're always hanging out at the same places, and eventually he finally asked me out, and it was a little like touch and go the first couple years, to be honest, because it's hard. It's kind of hard dating somebody in a profile like that, a high profile. And, you know, I know this now even more than ever, but it's a busy life. Like he's traveling a lot. The hours of his job are actually quite demanding. I think.
Like what are they? What would a schedule be for a basketball player?
Well, okay. I mean, we'll go through in season and we'll go through off season. So, I mean, off season, since now that we have young children, he has moved his workouts up. So he'll wake up at like 4:30. And then, you know, it's probably like 3 to 5 hours of workouts, you know, like lifting, cardio, you know, sometimes they scrimmage or they do like, you know, skill practice, or like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Dribbling,
shooting, passing. Yeah. Like they work on those things, agility. So yeah, then he'll come home and be home, and then he has like other business ventures and projects on the side. So, you know, he might have like a Zoom or go to a meeting or an appearance or something. In season, I think I didn't realize how much time it took until this season. This was the first season. This is his 18th year in the league.
Wow.
Which is, pretty impressive.
Yes.
But this was the first year that he didn't have a contract signed during that summer break off season. So we were encroaching on, you know, preseason and then the very, very beginning of the season. And still, you know, he was in talks with several organizations, but a lot of teams were in a position where they were like capped out, you know, and they needed to move some bodies to make room for someone new. And it's kind of an interesting, you know, that's another conversation another day.
It's like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, he got his offer at the end of October, which was right at the beginning of the normal season. So we had an extra like 6 weeks, like, you know, month and a half where we weren't already in our city of choice, and he was doing all the preseason stuff. So it made me realize, even with his 5-hour workouts in the morning and then, you know, a few business meetings sprinkled throughout the week, and then of course golf. I forgot to throw that into the schedule.
You know, he's a big golfer.
Which is time consuming. So even with all of that, we had more time with him. So it really enlightened me to how much time it takes. Like, you know, so during season, they'll have practice almost every day.
5 days a week or 7 days a week?
Well, I mean, let's just take, I think like generally speaking, it's a game almost every other day. So that's a lot. That's 3-4 games a week. So on a game day, they usually have shoot around, which kind of replaces that practice time, but that's still like a couple hours. You tack on some treatment in there, you know, maybe like a little, like, you know, I'm going to say massage, and people are going to like, oh, it must be nice to get a massage, but it's body work. Like they're flushing out inflammation. They're prepping, you know, when you're going and doing so much physical activity, you have to do a lot of maintenance like that to keep it up.
I bet you, is DeAndre really, I mean, I know him, but like, I don't know his intimate, like day to day, but because he's had such a long career, is he really good at taking care of his body? Because I would imagine the breakdown is something that they really have to hedge against.
Absolutely. I think nutrition plays a huge role in it. And, you know, all my time in the league observing, I mean, a lot of young guys, you don't know, you know, you might come from a background, or, you know, like you might have come from an upbringing where you're eating certain things, and then you get into this like hardcore physically demanding career. And if you don't have any, you know, education or guidance around it, then you don't know to switch things up. You don't know how to supplement.
Wow. I feel like that's like a
nourish.
course he could.
Yeah.
We need to get him on if he wasn't
I know
so
you
busy.
should. I know. Maybe next off season.
Yeah, exactly.
But, or you can always do like remote.
Yeah, remote one.
Yeah.
So that is so interesting. Do you like being a wag? Like, are people nice? Are they like, I don't know. I can't even imagine this world. It's so interesting and different.
From my experience, I had a wonderful experience. And I mean, maybe it's kind of like we were alluding to earlier, like attracts like. And, you know, I think you sort of call in your people, like through the energy that you put out there.
Yes.
And I've heard tons of stories, and I can speak to a couple experience.
We're all listening.
Well, every organization is different, but let me complete that thought generally, and more times than not, everyone is very nice. And I've made some great friends, and, you know, some I keep in touch with, you know, pretty intimately, and others, you know, more just like kind of still following on social media, like you keep up just kind of not as
each other.
Yeah, like a like
Instagram, Instagram acquaintance. By the way, I don't think you've been liking any of my content, so I would like you and DeAndre.
Let me get on. I'll just go through a liking spree because that's how I have to do it. I get on Instagram and I will see 1, maybe 2 posts, and I'll watch like, you know, maybe 3 to 5 stories, and then I'm off, and then I don't get on. And then if I make a post, it takes me so much thought and effort, and then I post and ghost. I've got to like establish my relationship with social media, because I'm like kind of all or nothing, I guess.
How can we stalk you properly if you're not giving us your life story and you're behind the scenes of being a wag?
I guess I didn't know so many people were interested, but like what the people want, the people will get.
The people want it. And also let's give a little credit back to you. You've been a little busy. Tell us why.
True.
Besides the fact that you have a professional athlete for a husband.
Yeah. Well, what else? I just had a baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us about your kids.
Yeah. So I have a son who's 3.5. His name's Zen. And then I just had a baby girl over the summer, and she's about to be 5 months, which is wild. It goes by so fast.
So fast. And she's so cute with her little dimples.
I know.
And
she is a cutie.
I think, do you keep the kids private, or I don't know.
We have not. Yeah. I mean, I think I've put a few posts up that show like a little bit of like little sneaky, but no like direct headshots, nothing like super blatant. I mean, DeAndre is a very private person, and you know, in relation to him, I've appreciated that. I think that is the right approach, and for us. Yeah. And I mean, like the more, I think people are talking a little bit more about just how invasive, like for me, it's kind of like a my body, my choice type of situation, where it's like, I want it to be their decision. You know, when they're old enough, it's like, do you want to put your picture out in the world in this way? Like, you know, have that autonomy over that decision. But yeah, people are talking a lot more about how you just never know. And with technology the way that it is, like, I think I read somewhere, who knows how accurate it is because it came from the internet. But it's like in as little as like 20 pictures, they can create a deep fake of anyone. And I just find that alarming.
What's a deep fake?
That's like where
an avatar?
Yeah, kind of like where they can create a video of you, or even like with audio of you like saying something or doing something.
And with AI, it's becoming like a scarier.
Even more.
Yeah. It's crazy. Well, and I will say that is like one benefit of being like a quote unquote nobody. It is nice.
I'm not a nobody, but
well, like, I mean, I think I'm like, you know, so amazing. So,
but it doesn't matter. I think, you know, it's understandable, like that thought process, because, you know, you think someone in the public eye has more eyes on them.
Right.
But you never know that one person who is just attracted to, and I mean, like, I have like having children has cracked me open to a whole new unlocked level of empathy and just connection. Like we are all one kind of situation.
Oh, I know that feeling. I know what you're talking about.
But like, yeah, I mean, like some of us we have things that we don't know how to handle, and it comes out in really crazy, creepy, cringy ways.
No, and I think that especially being higher profile, like you do have a lot more attention on you. So you have to be super protective. But wait, I want to hear about your birth method, because you and DeAndre are so... First of all, you're adorable. The way that you guys, like, you know, when you see that couple that you're like, they're just so in love, like they just want to be together. Like, it's just so cute. Like, there's just like you want to be together feeling, you know?
We do. We are kind of cringy in that way.
You're cringy. You're like that cute cringy couple, and you're like, oh, they're so in love. But you are, and it's really like, I actually love it, and it's genuine, and it is it's just like a soulful, it feels like you're soulfully aligned, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
And I love that. It's a beautiful, like really a beautiful, like harmonious couple. And
going back to your question when you asked how we met, I don't think I finished that thought either. We have so much to talk about.
Sorry if I keep interrupting. I'm so excited.
No, you're not interrupting at all. We are just like, we are in the flow, and there are so many fun topics that we have to talk about. But we kept showing up at the same places. And then when we were, you know, dating off and on, in and out a little bit, it was like, I would go to my friends and be like, listen, I really like this guy, but I just don't think that this is the path for me because of the situation he's in. But it is undeniably magnetic. And we kept getting pulled back to each other. And eventually it was just like,
stop fighting it. Just all in. I have chills. That is so cute. And I actually like have witnessed you guys together a lot. And so I know that like it is true.
Thank you.
It's amazing. So
giving birth,
your birth pictures, I'm like, oh my God, these two are just iconic. They are like, tell me what is the process? Tell me your process.
Okay. Well, I want to preface it. I've heard a lot of, I say
this
a lot.
This is a non-judgy. If you're judging, go somewhere else. I think everyone in our space here is not judgy. So we're here for all the different ways of doing things.
I just want to clarify because a lot of people have seen those photos that I did share. And even DeAndre was like, are you sure you want to share these? And I was like, I absolutely want to share these. Yes. They are beautiful. And that is a credit to the photographer, Shoots and Giggles at Shoots and Giggles. But if you're in LA or Southern California, but I do want to preface, those photos are a moment in time, and they're pictures. I was in so much pain, you guys. Okay.
Well, I would hope so, because if you said it was no pain, I'd be so much jealous. Pain,
and it was beautiful. It's a beautiful experience.
Like it's a home birth, and so you have no drugs.
No drugs, nothing. And it was peaceful. That's like what I'm getting is like, people are like, oh my God, like she looks so peaceful in those photos. And yes, there was an element of peace because of the environment. And that was like that
by design,
because for me, the hospital is not a peaceful situation for me. Like I feel more comfortable at my home. I think for a lot of mothers, the hospital is their peace. Like they've got the medical.
For me, because you know why? Because they give me all the drugs. Yes. And then there's truly no pain. So I don't, and it doesn't matter.
And that's your bliss.
And that's my bliss. Yeah. But I don't judge. I think it's great. I love to hear your
I have become so passionate about just the creation and birthing of life, and mothers transitioning from maiden to mother and then mother again and again. You know, becoming a mom has really changed me.
Yes.
And my personality and my passions. Like I love hearing people's birthing stories. And I also like just want to share space, because it's like, you need to be able to tell your story. Yes. And every story has a place out there, because like if you know, for women out there who are becoming, or like they want to become a mother, they need to know anything is possible.
Yes.
You know,
and there's no right or wrong.
There is no right or wrong, like hands down. But yeah, I'm really passionate about home births.
Okay, so tell us about that.
It was a great experience for me. Yeah. I did that for both of my children. And it is a funny story too, like having a husband and, you know, father who is, the father of my children who is in the NBA and like, there's a big chunk of the year where he may not be like right on hand to be there, you know,
which is why I was dying that he was home. I was like, the timing.
I know.
Did you plan? Were you,
that was
to the extent you could
yes.
Did you try and plan it?
We tried that with our first.
Yeah.
He came a little bit earlier. So he came in April, which is the end of a regular season. And for him, we had a 3-day window where I came back to LA because I wanted to give birth in LA. Like that's our home base. But DeAndre was playing in Philadelphia at the time.
Oh, yeah. That's when he was in Philly.
I know. So they had made the finals, but there was like a little like week break where they were doing like the bye, you know.
Yeah, the bye week or something.
Whatever. And his team was very gracious and they let him skip a few days of practice to come home and be with me. And it just happened to land right on my estimated due date. But, you know, that date came and like no sign of nothing was coming. So I did all the things like acupuncture, you know, curb walking, eating dates,
bouncing on the ball, raspberry leaf tea.
Yes,
none of that worked.
All
for
of
me.
those things. Well, you know what ended up working for me on day 3, his last day.
Castor
like he
oil.
was gonna.
What?
Oh, I didn't try the castor oil.
I didn't either.
Cumin tea.
Oh,
it's like
really?
ancient Eastern method, I think, and it's a little bit spicy,
right?
Like peppery, spicy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like chugged that, and I went into labor.
Yes,
and then
go.
He came the next day. I birthed him the next day,
and so DeAndre was home.
DeAndre was home. He got an extension. You know, he was like, "Here's what's up." Like he was planning on leaving, and so yeah, it was just so great that he could be there, a part of it.
Does he go in the bath? So like, let's walk us through a home birth. So it's, you have a doula, I would imagine. Is that what you?
Yeah, and
call it, right?
At a hospital birth, if you birth in the hospital, I would highly recommend a doula as well.
Yeah,
they're just like your emotional support person, and you know, not to take away from your actual person, like your birthing partner is, you know, your partner, your husband or whoever. But they just, you know, they're more educated and they also have little techniques, like they might be able to give you a little massage, or they might direct your partner to give you some like, you know, physical alleviation, or, you know, they're also just a good communicator between you and your care provider.
Yes.
So, you know, when you're in la la land, like in the spirit realm, they can help communicate your desires to the care provider.
Okay, so you have a doula,
and then a midwife.
And a midwife. I felt like I was forgetting something.
Yeah, the midwife is kind of like the home birth gynecologist or home birth OB.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then who else? Who else is there?
Anyone you want. I mean, because you're at home.
Your photographer is your.
I didn't have a photographer the first time, which was a bummer. But we did get pictures. Luckily, my doula actually ended up capturing it. The photographer comes when you call them. And the first one, they kind of give you a heads up. Like, you know, if it's your first time giving birth, typically it does take a bit longer. So like you kind of give them updates as you go, but they usually wait a little while to come. Mm-hmm. But what I learned is, you know, they were telling me this the whole time for the second birth, like it comes quicker, like don't hesitate. The moment you feel something, send us a message. And then like, if you have X, Y, and Z symptoms, call, don't text. I waited and waited. I was in labor all day with my second one and in complete denial. And mind you, I also was like determined that she was going to be late. Like I was like, you know, I'm going to go past the 40-week mark. She's not going to come early. Like, don't worry. And DeAndre had this trip to Japan planned like a week and a half, 2 weeks before her estimated due date. And my whole birthing team is like, when we told them like, oh, this is our, you know, the rest of our summer plans, they're like, I don't think you should do that. And I'm like, no, let him go. He's been looking forward to this all year. Like he's going. And they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, trust me, like she'll come late, let him go and enjoy his time. Like, boo, don't worry about this. And he's like, okay. So he came back on Wednesday and I went into labor on Friday. And we let the birthing team know at 11:30 at night. Like I got in the shower, like we had dinner, put Zen to sleep. And I was like, I'm really uncomfortable. Like I'm in a lot of pain, but like, this is not labor, you know? And I had a lot of like prodromal labor for the last like week and a half. So I'm just keep thinking like I'm going to push this off and push this off.
Yeah.
Cause I'd kind of been pushing it off while DeAndre was still in Japan.
You're like, stay in, girl.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, this is a little too early for these signs. And, you know, I didn't experience that with Zen. You know, it was like you go into labor and then you wait 20 hours. And
yeah.
it's
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was quick. Yeah. So 11:30 made the call. Birthing team got there 30 minutes later. The photographer and videographer showed up. You know, I felt like we were able to kind of plan a little bit more. Your first time, you're like, you just have no clue what you're doing.
No.
And you don't even know what to prepare for.
No.
We'd asked a friend to maybe like come and take pictures, but she just happened to be out of town when Zen was born. So we were like, okay, cool.
Oh, well,
no worries. But yeah, she came at 2:30.
In the morning?
Yeah. So it was like, so
3 hours later?
I mean, yes,
but
active. Like, and I mean, like,
active later. But you waited. You really waited.
I really wait. I really push. And that's why they were like, do not hesitate and give me a call. And I'm in the shower. I'm like determined to wash my hair and I want to braid it because I braided it for Zen. And I'm like, I just like, this is like a tribal, you know, I'm like,
right. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I'm in my like tribal womanhood. I got to have my hair back and braided so I can give birth. And I'm like on all fours, just barely shampooing. Like every few seconds I'm like shampoo. And then I'm like on all fours, like, oh.
You're like in active labor at this point.
Oh,
it sounds like.
Yes.
That is insane.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, Alex, that's my midwife. And he's like, you know, she's not sure, but you know, it kind of looks serious to me. And she's like, I'm on my way. So yeah, that was just crazy. And I was able to be in the water with her. And there is something very peaceful about the water and very soothing and relaxing. But at the same time, when I retell this story, I was getting pounded by tidal waves. Like, you know, those tsunami waves that people surf?
Yes.
That's what it felt like.
I've heard one of my friends accidentally missed her window for her epidural. And this was, you know, when you have that pregnant friend with you, it was both of our first time. And she was like due a month before me. So like, I was like really tuned into her.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what is going to happen?
Yes.
I remember I spoke to her like right after she gave birth because we were really in lockstep the whole pregnancy, both of us. And I was like, what was it like? She was like, oh my gosh, Kimberly, I miss my, like her voice, right? Like was like traumatized. Yeah. She was, I missed my epidural. It was like a rapid birth. And I kid you not, Kimberly, out of 1 out of 10 pain, it was like 100. Yeah. Like I'm traumatized. And I remember hearing her being like, oh my God. And I remember scary. Being like, I'm never like, if my birth plan is give me the drugs and whatever else happens because I was traumatized listeing to her trauma.
I hear
so
you.
I give you so much credit.
Thank you. Yes.
Really.
And I mean, I think I want women to feel empowered to make the best decision for themselves.
100%.
Like, at the end of the day, it is your decision. Yes. And nothing makes me more heartbroken and ragey than someone saying to a woman about to give birth or, you know, prepping to give birth,
right? I
don't think you should do that.
I agree.
No. If you want to go in it, if you want to schedule your C-section, do it. If you want to do a home birth, do it. I'm sorry. This is the one place. I mean, I'm sure there's several, but like this is the main, most important place where the man does not have a say over what you do with your body and your baby. Like,
I agree.
This is where the woman is like, you have the intuition, you have the capability. And I also want every woman to know, like, it is scary. The pain is intense, but if you chose to do it, you could handle it. You could do it. You know?
That's right.
If you don't want to, then don't do it.
Agreed.
But if you are at all intrigued, but you're a little like afraid, go with that and trust yourself. Like, just give it like you can do it. You will be okay.
They've been doing it since before, the primal whatever. Like, exactly. I think the whole thing is so cool. I love it is
truly magical
hearing people's birth stories. Like, I just love it because it is so magical and it is so terrifying and it is so this, and it's true. Like, what you're saying is so right on because it's really a health issue for you personally. Like it's your body.
Yeah. And
so,
no one knows you better than yourself.
No.
So yeah, don't let your care provider tell you differently otherwise. Like they might say, you know, we need to keep an eye on this, or like, you know, here, but like you can just know that if you are diagnosed with something or, you know, I mean, by the way, like full disclosure, no medical background, and like, please don't. We are not
we know
certified.
We look like we could be, but we're actually not physicians.
Yeah, we're not. But at the same time, like I do want to say, like there are remedies and there are ways. If you know, I just want, you know, for the person out there who's like, I really want to have a home birth, but my care provider is saying I'm at high risk for whatever it may be. Get a second opinion, do some research. There might be a way for you to like lower your risk, you know, and do like, there's a way to give yourself meet in the middle somewhere, you know, like you just don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your birthing dreams.
I think if it means something, like I have family members that it means something to them.
Yeah.
My opinion is totally different for myself.
Yeah.
Myself, the way I thought of it was like, well, if I have a headache, I take an Advil. Yeah. So if I don't feel like I don't feel compelled to like go on that journey, then I don't have to. And that being said, my sister-in-law or my, you know, whoever in my family, if they are like really like, this is something that holds meaning, like my sister, she felt that way. And I'm like, then do that. Like it's so personal. Like I just think that women need to be empowering to each other and supportive.
Yeah. I
and
agree.
We started off talking this morning about how, because now I have 3 kids, you have 2, plus you're a bonus mother.
Yes.
So you've got a full house. And I was saying that it's so funny how the more kids that I've added, the less mom judgment I have of others.
I know. I like when I said earlier too, like I have been cracked open. Like I cackle at some of the thoughts that I had, some of the things I've even said before I became a mother. And I mean, here's a funny one. When DeAndre and I first started dating, we like seriously, and we had moved in together. We moved to Dallas because he signed with that team that summer. And I remember meeting some of the moms and the wives and girlfriends, and some of them were moms and some of them were young and just, you know, whatever. And I remember having conversations with them. We'd go grab brunch or whatever. And then it'd be like, okay, we'll see you at the game tonight. And, you know, sometimes somebody would be like, no, I'm not going to be there tonight. And I'd be like, what? You're not going to go support your man? And I'm like, what was I even thinking? Of course, she had 3 kids.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? Of course, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for 84 games a year.
Oh gosh, that's insane.
I can't.
Is that more than? I think is baseball more, right?
I think baseball's way more. I feel like
it
baseball's
is?
like in the hundreds.
Oh, forget that.
Don't quote me on that.
84 games?
We are also not sports experts. So we may look it.
We might seem like, just because we're fit.
Yes. Yeah. We're like so athletic.
Well, that's why it's the funniest thing, because I'm like, I know DeAndre for DeAndre. And then when I realized like, oh, he's actually like a really famous basketball player, I'm like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
But like, good for him.
Yeah.
But I feel like I feel like he would be down for the home birth. Like he probably was down, right?
I mean, it made me fall in love with him even more, because I think he is such a good example of the supportive birth partner.
Yes.
When I got pregnant with Zen, I was right away, I was like, you know, the hospital is just not for me. So how am I going to do this? Right. And, you know, I'd heard about home births, but I didn't know much about it. Right. I mean, in my like initial opinion, I thought, sounds kind of messy. And like, I don't really want to ruin my nice things. Like I don't want blood and guts on the floor and the furniture. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll just do like a birthing center. That seems like a happy medium, you know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So when I hired my doula, we had our first like initial consult and meeting, and I told her what I was thinking, and she's like, if you're going to do a birth center, you might as well just do it at home. And I was like, yeah, but I don't really want to make a mess in my space. And I'm very neat freak, tidy freak, and clean freak. Like I'm the type of person you see that like I'm chill, but you know,
It
make
needs
sure
to be
this is
perfect.
like
You're a little OCD.
in the same.
I like that. That's a great quality, I think.
Yes. So yeah, when she said that, I kind of thought she's like, you know, I mean, you still have to drive home from the birthing center. And if you're at home, you just go get in bed. And I'm like, nothing sounds more appealing to me than to just, after, you know, running 6 marathons in a row, like maybe that's the equivalent of giving birth, but maybe more, you know, like just crawling into bed instead of like, you know, yeah. So that was a huge appeal. And I said to DeAndre, I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to do the home birth. And he was like, oh, okay. And you know, that was it. Yeah. I mean, he was on board, you know, he asked like in all of our meetings with the midwife, with the doula, he was very involved. And
that's so cute.
Yeah, it's just so helpful. And I really wish that more men in particular were able to hold space for the feminine, the divine feminine, divine motherhood in that way.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that he is able to be your partner in that way.
Yeah, me
and
too.
it's so like, that is what I pick up on through those photos. Like I sense it, you know?
Yeah.
Did you know with each of the kids, if it was a boy or a girl, or did you do this surprise thing?
With Zen, we did not know. And I loved that. We both really, really loved that. I thought it was just such a fun.
Oh my God, that would drive me insane.
I know.
My sister did it too. And I'm like, bless your heart, you're driving us nuts. But you were down. You loved it.
Everyone else it always bothers everyone else.
I know. It's crazy.
No, I just thought that was like the most fun and exciting. And if, you know, I'm not saying anything, but like I would do it again that way.
You would? Are you going to have more kids?
Ugh, girl, I don't know.
I feel like, wait, how old are you?
I'm so content. I'm 30. Yeah, I'm 36.
Oh, because I had London at 38.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like now, you know,
you could.
Our lifespan is longer. I don't know.
I'm going to predict.
I'm like, that sounds like fun, but that doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, no, I know. But you also have a 5-month-old. Yeah, and like also, how many hours did you sleep realistically last night?
Okay, I got more than normal. I mean, I would say like, oh my God, it's not. I would say like 6, but broken up.
Yeah.
You know,
because you have a 5-month-old.
Yeah. And that is a success.
And you're like, respectfully to DeAndre, you're like a single mom right now.
I mean, he is.
Where is he? Tell the people.
Well, okay. I mean, today he's in New Orleans today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he got drafted into, do you use the term drafted? Is that the right term?
I think they use that across the board.
Asked to join.
Contracted. He got offered.
Recruited.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're all applicable.
We don't know.
I think they're all fine. He signed with
People
the Pelicans.
Are gonna literally kill me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's okay.
sorry.
We're just gonna get slammed with like sports hate mail.
Like, we'll block those people. Wait, so
yeah.
he's with the Pelicans.
He's with the Pelicans this season.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, like he's in his season, so
great.
it is a lot of travel. I mean, like I said, I'm saying 84. I hope that's accurate. Something tells me it might be 82.
Whatever. DM us if we're
close
wrong.
Enough. But yeah, half of those are away games, so they're on the go.
How does that work though? So do you go to any of the games with a newborn, a 3-year-old? Like how does this work?
Yeah, I mean, I've got the little earmuffs. And yeah, like I feel like I've witnessed all the moms do different things. Like for us, I think we're a little more on the like protective and cautious side. And I think like we kind of cocoon our babies for as long as possible.
Yeah.
But I've seen like 4 weeks old, I've seen fans have their newborns out at these events, which is insane to me.
No, for us, we were like on lockdown for as long as possible for all of our kids. We did not, like, I remember seeing somebody that had like a 3-day-old at Walmart, and I was
How are you even out of bed?
I don't know. I was like, wow. I'm not here to judge. No. I was just like shocked.
Talk about like superhuman.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't. I could no.
No,
like,
I could not.
For me,
either.
it was like the big outing was like stroller walks in our neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I like the baby carrier, but yeah, I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
you're
even
great
start
with your
doing
carrier.
that.
Do you do the Olipop? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Artie Pop.
Oh,
Ollie Pop's the soda. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I also love Ollie Pop.
both. It's an and, not an or.
Yeah, you got one in
Artie
the hand
Pop.
and one on your body.
I feel like you're good with that.
Yeah, I
Is
love
that the one
it.
you use?
Yeah.
For the people, the fans, or the people that
I
want
think
to know?
okay, actually, yeah, I was telling, I've had a couple people say, because I have the Artie Pop I don't know if they make this design anymore, but it's a yin yang. And so it's kind of like a white and black yin yang symbol. And
how cute.
It is super cute. And a lot of people will comment and they're like, oh, I love that. That's so cute. And then sometimes that's followed up with the question of like, do you like that carrier? And I have realized with this second child, and I've had a few different baby carriers, it is the best. It's very expensive. The Artie Pop is a pricey one, but it's the only one from my understanding. And, I don't know everything there is to know, but you can use it as a newborn because it has this little flap. It has the head support for the newborn.
Right.
A lot of other baby carriers, they're not safe until like 3, 4,
Yeah,
maybe even
right.
6
Because
months.
like their necks are so floppy. You need to be able to keep
you
them
need
up.
the support.
Oh, yeah. One of my other really good friends, Abby, she loved her Artie Pop, not Ollie Pop. That's for our big kids.
But yeah, I mean, cost per wear, I think, if you're able to make the investment up front, and if you're planning to have lots of kids, and it's wool, so it's, it'll last forever. You can wash it.
so
I wash
cozy.
it. It's so cozy. And I'm sure they have different material. Maybe they have like denim and cotton ones too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
By the way, can you share the name of your baby girl?
Zazie.
Zazie? How do you
Zazie.
spell it?
Well, we spell it Z-A-Z-I.
Uh-huh.
And we're also weird. We put umlauts over our child's names.
Is that the 2 dots?
That's, yeah.
Oh, we're
And
doing umlauts? Wow.
umlauts,
How
yeah.
elevated.
We just wanted to decorate, I guess. It doesn't, I think if,
elevated.
yeah, I looked it up after the fact when we did it with Zen. It was DeAndre's idea to add him on. And I was like, yeah, that's so dope.
Wait, that's so like.
But then I looked it up
cool.
after he was born, after the birth certificate was filed, like all the things.
Yeah.
And I think if you were using it correctly, his name would be pronounced Zine. And then
Wait, the umlauts like
because the
change
umlaut's on the E, and I think it makes it like a long or like
okay.
E.
My
Or
father-in-law.
A like I, like makes it I don't know the
like
grammatical
the
way
long
of
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. That adds up because I just learned that my father-in-law came on and he said Lovey was Lovi with the umlaut, the 2 dots over the O, making it Levy.
Oh.
Or
No, it'd be like it'd be Lovey. No, Lovey. It'd be Lovey if it was.
Okay, then that's not right.
I don't. Once
Either
again,
way, I just think
full
it's,
disclosure.
I think it's so cool that you decorated, like put little
Yeah.
charms on your kids' names. Like I always joke because our third one is London, and I'm always like, that's our like as cool as we
It's
get because
super
we're
cool.
not
Yeah.
like that cool where we can go super. But I feel like you and DeAndre are that couple that are super cool and can do like the outrageous names.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with Zazie?
Okay, so there's an actress.
Oh.
That's where I got that one.
Like
We had
a modern one that I
Yeah. She was in Joker.
Oh,
she
okay.
is in Atlanta, the show Atlanta. Her name's Zazie Beetz, and I think she spells it Z-A-Z-I-E. But we just did Z-A-Z-I and put the umlauts over the I, so not Zazai, Zazie.
umlauts
But
over the
yeah,
I.
it means movement. So with Zen, my pregnancy was fortunately so blissful, and it was kind of in that post-COVID era where the world was still moving at a slower pace, and we were living in Malibu at the time, and so it was just it was a very zen environment, and physically I felt very calm and great, on top of it. So we had our list of names, boy, girl, and unisex, and we kind of just started nicknaming the fetus Zen baby, or like the Zen baby over here. And then it's just when they come out, you just know. So like you have some people I guess name before you like.
No,
before
we
you
always
see
did
'em.
it like after it was a whole saga every time for us.
Yeah, because I guess maybe it can be hard sometimes. You might be in between names, but for us, it was like immediately the moment they're out and you lock maybe not eyes because their eyes aren't always open. But yeah, we both were like, his name, we found out he was a boy and we're like, his name's Zen. And he was Zen for the first 2.5 years of his life.
And now he's like, a 3.5-year-old lunatic, like my little
exactly.
because we were pregnant together.
Yes.
Which was so wild.
I know.
Our babies are like 5 or 6 weeks apart.
Yeah, it's so
We should do a play date.
I know, we need to. What is London's personality like? Is she cool? Like,
she's very cool. She is the typical, I would say, third child, like very like this killed me this morning. I could not believe she asked me to do her hair in a big braid, but that means a ponytail with a braid. She does not have that much hair.
okay.
And so she goes, "Can we do makeup today too?" And I'm like, 3-year-olds don't wear makeup. And I'm like, "How old are you?" She goes, "Free. Can we do makeup?" I'm like, oh my God.
It's like, what's the problem?
So she doesn't know she's little.
Yeah.
But she's little and she's so cute and fun. And Carter and Charlotte are just really, like, she's like their toy.
Yeah.
But she's at that age, and with Zen, like, they're moving from baby to little kid, but like they're not quite in either bucket yet.
Yeah.
So it's very cute, but she's finally getting to really interact with them and play with them versus like being with mommy all the time.
Yeah.
But she's very sweet and like cuddly and like loves to like be the baby. I baby her like crazy.
I mean, you got to, because I mean, are
first
you
two I
guys
didn't.
done? Yeah. Oh,
We are
yeah,
done.
Yeah.
I finally like
gotta
got my
cherish the
body
moment.
lifted up. It's all back together again. Like, yeah. So yeah,
It
you'll
takes
have
some
to see her.
time.
Yeah. What about yours? Ear piercings?
See, that's another one for me that I'm like, your body, your choice. I want them to have that decision. I think it's so cute. And I totally understand, like,
We
wanting
waited with
to-
Charlotte.
Yeah, like kind of identify them, like, because people are like, is it a boy or a girl? And like, it's hard to tell when they're little babies. But yeah, I don't know. My parents didn't let me pierce my ears until I was like 13 or 14.
I feel like that's very Kansas of you.
It is very Kansas. I mean, my parents were pretty strict in a lot of like very stereotypical Kansan-y ways. But some of it for better and some of it for worse. But yeah, I'm gonna wait and let her decide, and I'm gonna like play it out, because I don't know. I'm not gonna put a number on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, well, if you decide you want to do this, and I'm like, okay, if you're 6, I'll be okay with it, or 8. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to feel it out.
We waited till Charlotte was 7 or 8, but
Okay.
I will tell you. So there's pros and cons to each, because now I've done it both ways. So what happened with Charlotte was we wanted to make her earn it for like a year.
Yeah.
Which wasn't my idea. It was my nanny's at the time. Becky, shout out Becky. Now I'm by myself and she's abandoned me, but that's a different story. But
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Thank you. Our life partner, Becky, has moved on, but we're still really good friends with her. So, we always keep her alive. But so we did that and we made her earn it. And it was great. The problem I ran into with it was that Charlotte is so athletic and she's in so many activities and sports. And I thought that we finally waited till we had a good break. But then, of course, we fell into, like, funny enough, basketball over summer, unplanned. And so it became a nightmare because we ended up having to take them in, whatever. They
didn't heal in time.
Yeah. And because of, like, legal reasons, everything's so legal and litigious and all of that. They're like, you can't do any of the, like, tape or, like, So when I ran into that, I realized with London, I made a game time decision, changed my entire approach, and got hers done early.
Yeah. Like when she was a baby
when
or later?
she was still 3. So about
okay.
6 months ago, which I never thought that I would have done that.
This is good to know, though, because like these are things you don't think about. Like you
I
think
didn't
you have
know
this
either way.
decision in your head, but it's like life happens.
Right. And it's one of those things, exactly like you're saying, like it's so individual. I don't think there's a right or wrong. I just can tell you that what I ended up doing, because it ended up being a big pain with Charlotte, was I was like, you know what, as much as I really don't want to get her ears pierced this young, because I wanted her to be able to like want it and choose. Like I really did. But then she kept putting on like all the fake earrings so much.
I did that when I was,
it's cute. But then like the clip earrings like hurt you. So anyway, we ended up with London. I took her with, and she was like, the lady poked the hole. She like, is like almost traumatized from it.
I know.
But
That's how Zen is with his shots.
I don't know. I don't have the right answer.
Yeah.
Again,
I know.
This is what I'm saying. The more kids I have, the less judgment or advice I have. So anyway.
I know.
Okay. So I have a question. What about your home organizing? Because you have this masterful, like you said, your OCD talents, which I'm so jealous of and revere. Tell us about your passion for organizing.
Oh, I just love it. And I'm so grateful that I kind of finally discovered that was my niche, you know? After all these years of being with DeAndre and living this wild NBA life, we've literally moved.
How many times?
Oh, I'd have to like do simple math.
I feel like,
but
let's
probably
see, you were
twice
in
a year,
Philly?
every year.
Okay, wait. Since I met
Almost
you,
every year.
You were in Philly, New York
twice. So we like
Twice?
did New York for a portion. It was like Dallas and New York split in one season with the
Okay.
Knicks that year.
I don't remember that.
Then because it was short. We only had a few months there. Then we came back for the summer.
Okay.
Moved to New York again, this time to be on the Brooklyn team.
Brooklyn
Then
Nets?
The
Take it?
Brooklyn Nets. We were only there for like 2.5 years. It was supposed to be a 4-year contract, but we left in the middle of it. And that was also when the pandemic came about.
Weird timing. Mm-hmm.
Very weird timing. So we were back and forth with that too. And then the Lakers, and the Lakers in Philadelphia was a combination split. And then the last 3 years we were with Denver. But, you know, we're at this point with DeAndre's career, he's not signing multi-year contracts. So we've been on 1-year contracts. But, you know, a lot of these teams are like, keep asking you back, you know, year after year. And it's like, you just don't know. So these last 3 years in Denver, we've moved 3 times. We've had 3 different homes.
That is crazy. So your home organizing was really put to work, I would imagine.
It really was. And I think it just, I mean, even when we moved here, you know, we've moved houses within LA, and just that process of like kind of, I think, you know, a lot of it was discovering that DeAndre had also moved many times prior to us getting together. Mm-hmm. But it's just like the stuff that accumulates, the duplicates, triplicates, you know, quadruplicates.
Oh yeah, we all started
cases.
acquiring all the shit.
Yeah, and I went through everything. I went through all the storage units. We downsized a little bit, so you know we had to get rid of some stuff. But it was just like, it's incredible how much shit there is.
Stuff.
And then you add kids in there.
Oh my
and
gosh.
It's like,
the playroom is my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
This morning before we met, I had the rescue mission coming, and I just got rid of like 6 boxes like that. And I looked at everything and I'm like, why is there still so much stuff?
Because people give you
Too
things.
much.
I mean, yeah. And like, we want the best for our kids. And like, we are fortunate enough. We have the resources, and like, hello, Amazon. I mean,
know.
that is like
The best and the worst thing.
it is like kryptonite, but
Thank you,
best
Jeff
and worst.
Bezos.
I know. But yeah, I just started realizing like I know for sure we are not the only one in this position, because I meet people all the time in this organization. Plus there's all these other athletic organization, like realms, the baseball, the football, and all the stuff. And not to mention, you know, if you're in the military or let's just say you're in corporate world, like you still bebop around. Like you just... we are, and I don't know, we are also Americans, and consuming is our pastime. It's our favorite pastime. So I just wanted it, like, I think sometimes I get to the point where it makes me a little bit ill. Like I'm sick. I'm like, okay, this is so much stuff. It's so much waste.
Disgusting.
It is. Oh,
I know.
But then there's this other part of me that is like, I don't want to fall down that rabbit hole. So like, how can I put a positive spin on this? And it's like, okay, we don't have to get rid of everything, but we have to know what we have and take care of what we have. So
I like that.
I think that's kind of like, I did the KonMari consultant certification right after Zen was born, and just kind of like picked my business name and got the LLC and launched and
What
all
is
of that.
it? Share.
Bear Method Organize.
Yes.
So my husband calls me Bear.
I was going to say he calls you Bear. I knew that.
Yeah, or
Yes.
Boo Bear.
Yes.
And that was another lovely gift from my mom for just randomly being like, yeah, when she doesn't eat, she can kind of become a bear.
Oh, is that where it came from? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm the same way when I don't eat.
I know. I get very cranky. But so BMO. And then I just thought I want to help people. Like, and then having Zen, and then now having Zen and Zazie, and having my husband even, it's like, I want to help moms. I want to help parents.
We need the help.
Yeah, we're overwhelmed. We're overstimulated. And females in particular are more affected by visual stimuli. We walk into a room, and if we see things out of place, it bothers us. Our cortisol spikes.
Thank you.
Men, unbothered.
Oh my
totally
gosh.
unbothered. Not even unbothered, unnoticed. They don't see it.
Facts.
You know, you can
you.
ask and say, like, what do you see wrong with this room? Nothing. I'm like, what do you mean?
No, one of my friends, she has 5 kids, and shout out Brenna. She moved to Chicago. She is like the 1950s housewife, and I mean that in the biggest complimentary way. She is just perfect. She's just everything about her. She's an icon. But anyway, she told me, she goes, everything has to be put away every single night or else I cannot sleep. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Thank you for that normalcy. And she has 5 kids. You walk in her house, looks like Martha Stewart. I'm like, I'm
need to
failing
talk
at
to
life.
her.
I want, like, will you please adopt me?
Here, this is the one thing where I don't want it to go so extreme, and I have to like do this with myself too, because it's like, I don't want it to get to a point where we are stressing ourselves out with, the maintenance and
Right.
the image of it. And it's like, if we don't accomplish it or whatever, then, we are hard on ourselves. There has to be a happy medium. And that's where like the business comes in, where it's like, I want to help you make it easy for you.
Right.
So when you do your tidy up, because everyone deserves to wake up to a clean environment,
Peaceful.
a clean slate. Yeah. Peaceful.
Yes.
Like nobody wants to wake up with a full sink of dishes.
No.
But, very few of us want to go through the process of actually washing the dishes and putting them away.
I have to do it every night.
So it's a balance of being willing to, I have to too. You have to be willing to put in the work. It takes effort, okay? And you have to choose where you put your energy. And in hindsight, you remind yourself 3 minutes of washing the dishes for an hour of peace in the morning. Like it's a trade-off. And the things that you resist often don't take as much time as you think they might.
Yes, you're right.
So I don't have a solution for expediting the washing of the dishes, but tidying up, I can help. It's like we have some boxes, bins, baskets, and you don't have to, sort them out and put all the blue things here and the green things here. You can just toss all the toys into this basket, toss all the stuffies into this
Right.
bin over here, and then put it against the wall or behind the couch. It's, those simple solutions that maybe aren't, like, I don't know which company I want to use to reference, but like, it doesn't have to be Pinterest perfect.
Right.
But it helps you go to sleep and breathe and like not step on a Lego and, twist your ankle.
Exactly.
And then you're out for a week, and then your house is completely a tornado after that. But also like, so other people can help you too. Okay. So like these simple solutions, your 3-year-old can do it. Your 3-year-old can pick up a thing and put it in the basket. A 2-year-old can do it. Like we have to give them more credit than we do. Like I think often as moms we're like, I have to do it. It's my job.
I agree.
And also we're control freaks. Like
And
we
also
want it
they're
done a certain
slow.
way. They are
They're
slow.
slow.
Okay, so patience is a thing. That is a thing.
But you're
Sometimes we
training
have
them
it.
to clean up after themselves.
And to be proud of it, And I'm talking about it. It's not like, okay, I come in and I give you this organized solution and overnight your children are just perfect little, no, it takes time and repetition.
But they get it.
And also like I help you, I help implement these solutions and things that they can get used to, with your support.
Right. Like it's very
encouragement over
achievable.
time. Exactly.
And I know that for a fact because London is at Montessori and our first two were not. They were at Cardin for preschool, which is it's a totally different a method. Both phenomenal schools, by the way. But what I noticed is when I pick her up, she's helping clean up, and they are so big on having the kids clean up. And I'm going, wait a minute, if she can perfectly organize a space, she can do it at our house.
Absolutely.
And like you said, I like how you said it, make them proud, like let them be proud.
Yeah.
You're right. They do feel proud.
Yeah. And then they grow up, with that, like the skill set and the habit.
Yes.
So I think this is especially important for boys because we want to raise these boys.
We want our daughters-in-law.
Yes. I'm thinking about the future. Yeah. I'm thinking about their future, if they choose girlfriends and wives, like, or a partner, like for their future partner, like they are contributing to the household,
That's
situation, the household responsibilities. It's a shared responsibility. Like
it is, which is why London needs to actually go date Zen. Now I've just decided because then she'll have a trained
we'll have a
husband.
little like a dual thing between him and your friend that I mentioned earlier, McCall's children.
Right.
You said like you were reserving for them.
Do you like that I'm trying to whore out my kids already? You know why? I'm like,
fine.
it's all about me, like total narcissist vibes. Like I'm going to set up my kids with the parents that I know for sure I love.
Yeah. No, but
you're on the list.
Everyone's happy then.
McCall and Jason, you're on. Hey, I have enough kids to go around. I'm just saying.
You do. And they'll find their path.
That's right.
Yeah. But I really love it. And I am, it's like, it is like, you finding this and creating this company and offering this to help other people. Like I am grateful that I found this because I just want to help.
Yes.
Like if you want that Pinterest perfect aesthetic, I got you.
Right. You can do it.
Yeah, I can do it. And I love doing it, but it doesn't have to. Like I had clients who, I have a social media account that I am, very inconsistent with. And by the way, if there's any content creators out there that are interested, I would love to hire you. But, because it's just too much. I like the content is so much.
I know.
But I love it. And I love sharing, my work and sharing these stories. But yeah, I had these clients maybe a year and a half ago that they had 20 years of their life in one apartment. They hadn't moved, and there's like they're not an exception. Like some people raise their families. They spend 20, 30 plus years in a home. Like I think having, moved every year or every other year has kind of got me in this realm that it's actually quite normal to spend your entire life in one spot.
Yes.
But with that comes a lot of life. And if you aren't in the habit or you don't have a system, like one in, one out, or, just like a twice a year kind of tidy up, declutter session, then you find yourselves 20 years down the line with 20 years of life in your space.
I love how you say 20 years of life versus 20 years of shit.
Okay. I mean,
So elegantly said.
Yeah. And okay, to be honest, a lot of it is shit. But sometimes, we attach meaning to
I know
these things, and these things hold stories for us. And it is up to you to decide, like, can I take a picture of it? Can I write it down? Can I just let it go? Like, why am I holding on to it? And I am not a therapist, but like this method is therapeutic. And I've actually, like, there's so many pieces to the way I structure my business that go into it because I actually got certified in breath work. So that I could, in the situation that someone is having a really difficult time, I can, kind of coach them through it with breath work and settle their nervous system. Because
give us a breath work tip if we're overwhelmed.
I mean, I just constantly go back to the 4x4, the 4-4-4 method. It's a box breathing. You breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4 again. And, you can repeat that. You can one time and you'll feel the difference, but repeat it as many times as you have, enough time for.
I could see that becoming a thing when, like, I will share, my mom passed away in October and we haven't gone through her stuff yet. a year ago, not this past October. So we have not touched her stuff, which is crazy.
I know.
But like it's funny because I'm not somebody that likes stuff.
Yeah.
My mom was a minimalist too.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's not
this is
that,
something to think about,
right?
You know, for your kids who will be acquiring all your things.
Yes. And even still, even knowing that she doesn't have that much stuff and whatever, like I'm still not doing it because I'm like, I know that this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
So I feel like for an emotionally charged event, whether it's a divorce situation or, you know, a parent that passed away and you have to go through their stuff, like I could see how that would be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I will remember the box breathing when it is time. And if it's too hard, I'm calling you.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is easier to outsource, but
it can be emotional.
Oh, it absolutely can be emotional. But on the other side of it, the way you feel after can also be emotional in a great way.
Yes. And that's what I was thinking when you were talking is like, you feel lighter.
Yes.
Like you really being weighed down. Like one of my friends, she literally got rid of everything. Every belonging. She doesn't have kids yet. Okay. So she has her own business and I think she'll be engaged soon, but she got rid of everything. And she said, I just realized I feel so much lighter and more free without so much stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like really interesting. I'm like, I feel like I could do that.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I just need my diamonds and like a couple other, like in like my aloe, like I just need like a couple things.
Yes. Yeah.
But anyway, so how can they work with you? Are you working right now since you are still with the
very
newborn?
Selectively. And it is just me, you know, so there's that right now. But yeah,
how can they find you and work with you?
Well, you can, you know, I would recommend going through my website and filling out the form there because I'm going to be more responsive to email than I am to I'm just so inconsistent with the social media. So if you DM me, that's fine. But just know that I may not reply for a while, but eventually I will, until I get that content creator and putting it out there.
We can help you. I'll talk to you about that offline.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to help, you know, especially parents and, you know, especially, I mean, to be honest, anyone, like, I think we go through life, we go through transitions, and it's important that our environment reflects that. And, you know, it could be somebody who's just like, I'm ready for a change. Like I you know, maybe I'm searching to bring someone into my life, or I'm searching for the next career pivot. And clearing out your space really is the best way to invite in new energy and just let go of whatever might be holding you back from taking a step forward.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
So much fun. Okay, well, and where can people follow you and your business account, even though you might not be as active on social media yet, because we're going to fix it for you.
We're going to fix it. So, my personal account is @bjords. There's like 3 S's.
We'll link it.
And then my business account is @BearMethodOrganize and bearmethodorganize.com.
So great. Well, thank you. I love you, Bethany.
You.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that is it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and be sure to follow us at Iconic Nation Media and send us a direct message and comment on some of our posts so that we can hear your feedback and incorporate them into our show. We appreciate you listening, and we look forward to catching you next week.